Hola, hey amigos, may adlaw. So it's a beautiful November day today. It's Saturday and it's sunny. Just one of those few sunny days here in Deutschland lately. So it's been raining for the past week. And when I saw outside, like that the sun was up and Google was not playing with my emotions, I decided I just had to go to my favorite town, which is Castle Tschüß, because I'm pretty much just around the corner anyway. So it's like 15 minutes away from me. And I think I just needed to unpack a lot of things since I did like a 1 month vacation all across Europe. It's a mini European tour. And I may have unpacked my stuff, but there are certain things, that I have to unpack. So, anyway, here we are. I'm back in Germany. And the minute that I arrived in Belgium and it was raining, I felt so sad because you know how that feels, right? Like you had a 1 month vacation and every day was almost sunny except for like a few drizzling episodes here and there in Paris, a little bit in Switzerland, and a little bit in the north of Spain, San Sebastian. But for the most part, it was very sunny. I mean, even in Switzerland, oh my God, like I did not expect that. Because the thing is, I was not planning to go to Switzerland, and I went to 3 different cities there, thanks to Bet. So that was a trip that I did not plan at all, or I did not see it coming. Because at the end of the day, at this point in my life, I know I'm getting old, and I don't need to see everything. I don't need to go to places we're in. I just go there to have pictures. No, I don't want that. I just want to go to places that I really want to go to, and it's not really a lot. And I'm the kind of person who goes to a place to experience the culture, experience the food. I'm not really there to take a lot of pictures. Sometimes I forget to take pictures, but at the end of the day, you know what? At least I have my memories with me, as compared to, let's say, staying at a certain place for more than 2 hours just to take that perfect shot. I mean, if you don't get that perfect shot, it's totally fine. You can move on. Like, you can go to different places. So, it was September, and it was quite eventful and stressful at the same time. I remember, like, on the first day of September, I went to Paris, and I also had this gut feel that my parents contracted COVID. So it was very scary. At the same time, I know that it wasn't really that bad because my parents were vaccinated. Thank God they were not really finished with the first dose, with the second dose yet. But at the end of the day, when I was traveling, I could not really, fully enjoy Paris. Like there were moments wherein I just really had to call them and contact them, and I was having this paranoia. No, but I realized I just could not really do anything because I'm in Europe. And the truth is, the reason why I did the European trip, it's because I figured, and my parents, my family figured that it was like the best if I just stayed in Europe for this year as compared to going back home to the Philippines to visit them. And I realized, yeah, it was a really good decision because like the plane tickets are quite expensive, and I have to go in quarantine, and it doesn't make sense. And it's a good thing that I was in Europe, and it was emotionally, physically, mentally, financially taxing to have some of your loved ones get sick, or in that case had COVID. So I was in Paris for 1 week, yeah, almost 1 week, and every night I just had to call my parents because we have a 6-hour time difference, right? So thank God, as the days went on, my parents, especially my dad, he was recovering. So little by little, I was slowly getting to enjoy the trip. And I'm also thankful for Max. He hosted me. Hey! in Paris, I met this guy in Bohol a few years ago. He was traveling with some other French people, and I got what do you call that? They adopted me. I was like the only Filipino in their group, and we had so much fun in Bohol. So shout out to Clem also. And these are the people that I consider my close friends, and these are the people that I know they always have my back. And the truth is also, my Paris trip, I did not even plan it. I was supposedly just going to the Alsace region. I was thinking maybe go to Metz or Nancy, maybe go to Strasbourg and Riquewihr and do all those places. But then I realized that, why not go to Paris, right? Because like the weather was so beautiful, and it really was. And I remember I booked a ticket 11 p.m. and I asked Max that, if it's fine and if it's available and if it's okay if he hosted me if I'll go to Paris, and he said yeah. So that's it. Like the next morning, I went to Paris, and I really enjoyed the place. I did not really, I went to Paris with no expectations. And all I knew is that, of course, I had to see the Eiffel Tower, because like my mom was always telling me to just please take a picture of you and the Eiffel Tower, which I did. That was like such a touristy thing to do. But I enjoyed it with the newfound friends that I've made also, like PV, and it was the whole gang. Huh? And I enjoyed Paris. The thing is, I don't think I can ever top that experience, especially when I went there. It was the most beautiful weather.
But they have like in exchange, they have land.
And how can I ever top that? Like sunny days in Paris with good friends, with great food, with great company. I don't know, right? Like I'm pretty sure everything is going to pale in comparison after that. And it's good that I'm done with the other touristy things, because if I go back to Paris now, it's gonna be more of just be there to enjoy, because I really love the vibe of Paris. I enjoyed drinking wine, watching the sunset. We're at the River Seine.
Montfort.
And then I realized I was having a fucking
Donc je suis bien.
And then I spent the next 10 years.
Bah ouais, donc je suis. Bah ouais, c'est ça. Donc au bout de 2-3 trucs.
It was beautiful, and going to these parties. Yeah, well, I guess it's not a French party if there's gonna be no argument involved. And there was like this big argument in here just because of a chair. All in good fun though. Okay, so pardon for that. There were people. And I'm still shy, you know that. And I'm sitting on my favorite chair here. It's a sunbed. Kind of like a sun chair. Wherein you can just like chill here. It's like I'm having a therapy session right now. But instead of going to a therapist, I'm with nature, which is so much better, right? Yeah. So after the Paris trip, I went back to Germany for a bit, because I went to Switzerland after. Now for the Switzerland, I did not plan that at all, because I to be honest, like Switzerland was never on my list, because in my mind Switzerland is cold. I'm sure it's beautiful, it has so much nature, but it's cold, and I'm just not really into cold weather. And I'm a beach boy, I'm an island boy. But the thing is, like the minute I arrived in Basel, I was like so surprised, because it was so sunny and it was so much warmer than in Germany. And I was wearing a little bit of a light coat, and I saw the people, me and Beth. Ay sunay ano diha kanang like panda. We saw the people swimming by the river, and I was like, Are you kidding me? It's so much warmer there than in Germany. I don't know. Maybe the weather in Basel is so much better. Because like from what I've heard, Freiburg has the best weather in Germany, and Freiburg and Basel are quite near to each other. So maybe around that area, it's so much more warm. Then I went to Zurich. Zurich was also beautiful. It has this beautiful, I'm not sure if it was a river or a lake, but they have loads of bodies of water in there. Zurich was quite posh, but beautiful. And the next day we went to, I forgot, Mount Rigi. Mount Rigi is in Lucerne. So, like, we went to 3 different places in Switzerland. And thank God that we had the Tageskarte. That's a day ticket, and it was unlimited ride all over Switzerland. Courtesy of Beth's friend, Kim, and her sister. So they got it. They got that for us, and we were able to save. But the thing is, Switzerland is quite expensive. I remember when we went to this Asian restaurant. It's a Bisaya afternoon today. Ready na? Ready? 3 of us, me, Beth, and Hannah. We paid around 80 euros and was like, oh my God. Probably that could have been just 40 euros in Germany, but in Switzerland that was a bit. And that was just so expensive. And also, since Switzerland is not part of EU, I just did not use my phone plan, my data. I was not really using my internet. So I would normally just connect to the internet at home. There's Wi-Fi because Beth's aunt and uncle, they hosted us, which I'm very thankful for. And we were so spoiled. We'd wake up, we'd have breakfast, we'd go home, and we'd have dinner. And thank you kayo, tita. Salamat kayo. And I just enjoyed Switzerland. I did not expect to enjoy Switzerland, to be honest. After that, but the thing is, after Switzerland, I flew to Mallorca, and Mallorca was so beautiful, quite expensive. I mean, given that it's a touristy area. Yeah, so in Mallorca, I had my first proper paella, and it was very delicious. I was lucky that the rice that I had was well cooked because Beth's paella negra was not really that cooked. Like her first serving of paella negra. Yeah. Oh my God, it smells really good, Beth. It's the paella negra and the vegetarian, yeah. Exactamente, yeah. Gracias. And she didn't like that, but the taste was so delicious. It was something that I'm pretty sure Filipinos would love, because the taste was so familiar yet different, quite new, and quite nostalgic also when it comes to seafood. Because the thing is, here in Germany, seafood is quite expensive. Truth be told, I didn't really have plans to go to Mallorca either. Originally, I was planning to go to Valencia. It's just that, something happened and I thought Mallorca was going to be great. And I gave it a chance because Mallorca had this reputation of being the 17th Bundesland of Germany, because it's going to be all German people there. And I wanted to have a vacation. I wanted to get away from anything German for a bit because I'm living here and I wanted to experience the Spanish culture. And okay, there was this like German beach, but if you go around the island, you'll realize that Mallorca is so beautiful. They have all these beautiful cliffs and beaches. It was just amazing. It's quite different from the Philippines, but they also have this beautiful beach. It's called Plaza de Muro. It's a long stretch of a fine white sand beach. The only difference is that in the Philippines you have all these coconut trees and they don't have it there. It's mostly bushes. But the beach the feeling was just the same. The weather was just the same, not as humid though. And of course, like, Spanish people are very warm, and I expect that you're going to bump into German people or Brits or Spanish people who speak German. Some even speak better German than me. But nevertheless, I enjoyed Mallorca, and I really want to go back because there are places that I still want to see. And after Mallorca, I went to Madrid. Madrid, I was so excited for that because my good friend Luis was there. He's one of my bestest friends in the whole world. I met him in Malapascua Island, and I knew that I'm gonna enjoy Madrid because I wanted to experience the culture, the food, and by golly, I did. And I was just so amazed by the free tapas. Like, every time you go to a bar, you order a beer, you get a free tapa. You order a Coke, there's going to be a tapa. They gave me complimentary bread and sausage. I love it. And after 5 days, I was so spoiled already. I'm like, oh my god, why don't they, like, there are certain places after that I went to that they don't serve tapas anymore, and I was like, nope, they don't do that here. They do it in Madrid. And Madrid was very vibrant. When I remember, like, the first afternoon that I had there, I was just so amazed. I just could not help but stop smiling. It's like one of those cities wherein it just has this energy. I don't know, I just could not explain it. And I think I could never really recreate that feeling anymore. I can only just recall from my memory. You know, this could not get any more magical than this. I can't stop smiling. And it's good that I was able to capture that also. That afternoon was just so magical, and just one of those days. It was so sunny, and Madrid does that for me. So after Madrid, I went to San Sebastian up north. So it was already late, I think late September, so it gets kind of cold a little at night, but it was still sunny, which is beautiful. And San Sebastian, Donostia San Sebastian, it's a beautiful town. It's very small, but it's still a city. It has this, what do you call that? It has this very chill city vibe. We have 4 universities that focus on engineering, and it's like one of the most expensive places in Spain. But yet, since it's on the beach, it's quite chill also. Now, I really enjoyed it because, like, everywhere I go, since I was staying at my friend's place with her partner, this Kring, and everywhere we go, we'd bump into someone they know. That's how small San Sebastian was. It has this small town feel, and yet it still feels like city, and I really enjoyed it. I did not surf though. I don't know how to surf, and it was, to be honest, my first time to see people surfing. So I was so excited. There was this one morning I went to the beach, to the surf beach, just to watch the people surf. And after that, I walked all 3 beaches in San Sebastian. That was like a very long cardio session for me.
Such a cute dog.
And I think one of my highlights in San Sebastian was going to this bar on top of, I forgot, on top of this mountain that oversees the 3 beaches in San Sebastian.
Go on, Noah. Go there.
So they had a jam session there, and we partied until 1 a.m. in the morning. And okay, here's the thing. So I listen to reggaeton, right? It's just that Spanish people, they don't really listen to reggaeton. So they were singing in Spanish, and I could not really relate. I was just like bopping, feeling the energy, enjoying the music, but I could not really sing the songs that they were singing because those weren't reggaeton. But nevertheless, though, it was so much fun. And we had the full moon party. There was no full moon, but we called it the full moon party. And I don't know, like the next day, I think after the full moon party, I stayed 2 more nights in San Sebastian. Then I realized it was the end of my trip already. I had to go back to Madrid, and from Madrid, I was able to find a cheap flight to Belgium. So instead of flying all the way straight to Germany, I flew to Brussels. And in Brussels, I've been there, but I was not really able to see the Grand Palace at night because I knew the Grand Palace was going to be beautiful at night. So I decided to just stay there for a bit because I just wanted to see it. And it was very beautiful. Also, I realized is that when it comes to traveling, sometimes if you go to the same place, you could not really recreate the first time. You know, the feeling of seeing something for the first time. And I figured if I could not really recreate that feeling anymore, I'd do it at night so that it would feel almost new and it would feel different. And yeah, it kind of was. So I really enjoyed the Grand Pass at night. The lights was amazing. The lights were beautiful. And also, whilst on my way to the Grand Pass, I saw people who were having karaoke. So I knew that after the Grand Pass, I had to go back and join them for a session. So I'm having a rum coke now. People are singing French. And I was so surprised that they were having karaoke. I was like, are there Filipinos here? No, there weren't. They were all Dutch. But I don't know. They just enjoy the karaoke. So the next day, I just slept, actually. After that, I slept. Like, I had a really good sleep. Then I had, like, French fries. Like, the French fries that I saw on TV. And the avocado fries also. Then I went back to Germany. Yeah, so basically that's it.